Hello there. And close the YouTube video. There we go. Now the actual game. Welcome to Fallout New Vegas, our usual weekly thing. I took off last week, but for the most part this is a weekly thing. Let's hop in. Where we left off, we were doing a bunch of stuff for McCarran. Right, I remember the quest we were about to do. So, yeah, we were leaving off with McCarran, and we were gonna do I Put a Spell on You. But yeah, before we go into that, hello? It's been like 2 weeks since the last Fallout stream. And hey, fun fact, just fun fact for you all. Today marks 1 year since I officially became a Vtuber. Like, I count the moment where I went on Twitter.com and was like, hey everyone, hello, my name is Haru Hayes. I count that as like when I started Vtubing. So that was a year ago today. Now, if you want to get technical, it was March 20th in CST, like Central, actually I guess technically it was CDT, Central Daylight Savings Time, which means we're still not there yet, and if we want to get extra technical, I technically made that post like within the last hour or so of the day, I believe. So technically speaking, we still got like another 36 hours or so, but time is fake, time is a social construct. It's today. Today is the day. Anyway, let's get back into the game and start doing what we were doing. By the way, if you notice, the graphics are not as good as they were last time. That's because I turned down the graphics. Right before the stream, I was like, oh yeah, I should do that because this game's been kind of messing with my graphic card and stuff. So, just for security's sake, I turned down the graphics settings just a little bit, you know, turn mediums down to lows and highs down to mediums. So hopefully the game should be a little bit easier on my laptop now. And yeah. So yeah, here's what the quest is that we're doing. We're doing I Put a Spell on You, which is the Camp McCarran, like, basically we know there's an informant somewhere in Camp McCarran. Someone has been informing Caesar's Legion of the NCR's movements. And so the Legion has always been like one step ahead. Like they know exactly where to be and when to be there. So, for the sake of building up Legion reputation, get them more on our, to like us more so that they'd actually be willing to let us help protect the president when that comes to be a thing that we have to do for Mr. House. We need to do this quest. Well, we don't have to. I think we're in really good standing with the NCR right now. But I would want to. I would really like to do this quest. It's an interesting quest. So first thing, I don't know exactly what it's telling us to do. I think it's telling us to just talk to someone. I think the quest markers are just like pointing us to whoever is our, like, whoever's unique NPC or something. That's probably what the quest wants us to do, is talk to unique NPCs with that have like actual names. and get their side of it. By the way, I really like the monorail station. Like, I don't know what it is, but just like the wide open space of, let's take a sip from our trusty canteen. Something about like, hello, Philly. Mwah. Like, I really like Fallout aesthetic, you know, where it's like, oh, hang on, I just remembered something I forgot to do before I started stream. Hang on, before Nightbot does this, I need to go over to Nightbot and disable the automatic command that's going to tell you that I'm collabing with Ian, because I, as a matter of fact, am not. Alright, there we go, that's disabled now. Okay, back to the game. Yeah, I really like Fallout aesthetic of like just stuff that us as people that live in a society would consider like we're familiar with these things being fully functioning and like people actually doing stuff and there being a bunch of everyone here. But no, we're in the post-apocalypse where like see this whole diner where people would normally hang out and just, you know, while they're waiting for their monorail to arrive, and like over here's where they will sit waiting for the monorail to arrive. They probably do some gambling too while they wait for the monorail to arrive, you know, because it's Vegas. But all this, the world has ended, so like what we would be used to is like just, you know, typical just functional stuff that serves a purpose to society. It's all now derelict, haunted. It's like history that's just gone. It's just the moment the bombs dropped, this became just a snap picture of like time. So now granted, New Vegas is a post-apocalypse because society is kind of rebuilt itself pretty substantially. You know, we've got like the NCR that's basically trying to rebuild the old US, at least based in California this time. You know, they're trying to make their own republic, kind of based off the US government and how the US was run. We've got Caesar's Legion, which, while not the best humans, they are still a society. They're still kind of trying to rebuild. They're more basing their society off of, you know, classical histories such as the Roman Empire, but still, you know, they're rebuilding. Oh, Azareth, thank you for the raid, friend. Thank you. And thank you for the follow, Azrael. But yeah, you know, like, society's been rebuilding. Oh, and thank you for the follow, the real Zerk. Zerk, thank you. So society's been rebuilding, but the world that existed before is still here. You know, the ruins are what we have to work with. So this monorail station is still a station for the monorail, but it's just a little different. You know, it's been taken over by a military. You know, a military's kind of taken this over. And so what we have is just like where we would normally see civilians, you know, just hang around in the chairs, playing slots, getting something to eat. What we see are people dressed up in armor and walking around with rifles. So our new present is kind of layered over the past because we physically can't get rid of it. Like, the past is just here to stay. We just have to make the best with what we have. I don't know, it's kind of fascinating. This is just what I love about Fallout aesthetic, is like the whole... This is what society used to look like us as people that live in a society. Hello, Alpha. We're very familiar with these types of places, but we're not used to them being destroyed like this. This is a haunted relic of the past. But to us humans who are like currently living in the year 2022, like, this isn't the past. This is the present. The ruins aren't. Like, I don't know, it's just weird. I love the juxtaposition of Fallout games and, like, the aesthetic of, like, it's so hauntingly real. How everything is just, like, the way we used to see it. And now it's just all ruins. It's like, let's take, for example, Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is set in Boston, and you know, a lot of people live in Boston. A lot of people are familiar with that place. You know, you got Fenway Park, and you got like all these other buildings and stuff. The entire city is ruins. Like, the entire massive city that is Boston is a ghost town. You know, we got people there that still live there, but they're trying to make do. It's a different world. That's the world that we used to live in. It's just, I love it. Okay, let's talk to people. Let's do the actual quest that we're trying to do. Sergeant Daniel Contreras.
You look like someone in need of a reliable supplier.
What kind of supplies?
For you, just the basics. Come back when you're a little more seasoned and maybe we could talk about other options. Bad business if someone hurts themselves using your products, you know. Gets all kinds of unwanted attention.
I see.
Take your pick.
So what does he have? He's got some ammo and guns, and he's got combat helmets. Hunting rifles, drugs. He's got armor. He's got better armor, though. Recon armor, though. Now that's interesting. Recon armor is actually pretty nice. You know, it boosts your sneak. It's got higher damage. Well, it's got the same damage threshold that we currently have, but yeah. Hello, Lazy June. Okay, we got, yeah, Recon armor, Super Stim Pack, Ultra Jet, just drugs, and alcohol. Okay, do I have anything I want to sell you? I don't think I do. I think I've already sold, like... Well, hang on. Oh, these are weighing me down. Okay, let's do some selling then. Let's go back to the very beginning. I don't need this. I don't need... What else don't I need? Eye doctor's bags, fusion cells, flamer. Does anyone remember if we were specifically hanging on to this or if we just picked it up to sell? I don't see myself using the flamer. I'm gonna sell it. Hunting rifle, we'll hang on to you just for now. Okay, laser rifle, that's something that we definitely had to sell. And What else? Oh yeah, Nafai's golf driver. What happened to the music? Let's see. So, plasma rifles. Oh, we were making big bank off of this. Let's see. Yeah, we'll keep the service rifle. Okay, I also have a sturdy caravan shotgun that uses 20 gauge. And another shotgun I saw earlier. So we probably could just sell one of these two, right? What was the other? Lever action, there it is. Also uses 20 gauge. So yeah, we definitely want to sell one of these. This one, the lever action, has damage 4.3 times 7, DPS 65. It's this one. Okay, so it's got lower DPS but higher damage. Huh. What's the value for 20-something versus 411? Okay, I think I'm gonna get rid of this. No, he really cannot afford. Okay, can I buy some ammo off of you then? What kind of ammo do I need? I use... So for my plasma pistol and rifle, I believe it's microfusion... plasma, E-cells, and microfusion. Okay, so we need... Actually, we're kind of plentiful on both of these. But I'm going to... I might as well buy some E-cells. Do you have any E-cells for me? Actually, it probably doesn't. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep that and then sell the rest of this. There we go.
Pleasure doing business. Later. So you're back.
I wasn't done talking to you. Seen anything suspicious?
You mean other than some stranger with no military ID interrogating me inside our base? Did Boyd put you up to this? I'm so sick of this harassment. You tell her to stop wasting my time with this bullshit. No, I haven't seen anything suspicious. It's been business as usual.
Cool, cool.
Bye.
So... I don't remember who it ends up being. But I remember it ends up being someone, and you have to, like, kind of spy on them as they go to, like, the radio tower or whatever. So, yeah. Let's do some hoppity hopping. Hoppity hop along. Is this actually telling me two stuff? I mean, I guess it's two different people that are both a certain distance from one of the doors versus the other. I don't know. One of you in here, right? Yeah. Lieutenant Carrie Boyd.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
Well, if it's talk to someone as cute as you, I'm in the right place. Shut up. Who are you?
Not big on reading name tags, huh? That's okay. My name is long and difficult to pronounce. Ready for it? It's Boyd. Lieutenant Boyd to my friends. Colonel Shu has me handling the policing duties for the base. I've told him he could make my job a whole lot easier if he would just let me shoot anyone who talks back to me. But you know how colonels can be.
I forget the chain of command. I guess Colonel is higher than Lieutenant, but I don't know anything beyond that. Like, Major's high up there, General's like the top of the top or something. There might be someone above General, but I'm pretty sure General's like the highest. I don't know. I don't know the chain of command. I'm not a military nerd. You have any?
Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God centurion of Caesar's Legion recently. Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion, from Caesar on down, will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him. Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
Have you tried calling him hurtful names? No. Why don't you just beat the shit out of him?
I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There are some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination.
So you want me to do what you can't?
I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
Let's see. I could object to the use of violence against prisoners of war. Do the moral thing. This is also a video game. And he's also a member of Caesar's Legion. So I have no moral qualms about beating the shit out of him.
That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in.
Now, if we wanted to, we could just shoot him.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I would...
Hang on. I can't remember if he's able to or allowed to fight back. Just in case he is, I think I need to heal myself a little. So let's get some... Don't I have Sunset Sarsaparilla? Did I drink that all? I might have drunk it all. What do I need then? I could use a stim pack, but I just want to use the stuff that weighs me down first. Let's go some purified water. What does a Nuka-Cola Victory do? Gives you bonus 8 key? That'd be kind of a waste, I think. Let's just go with... I guess that's all we have is the stim packs. Alright, time to do some stim packs, I guess. I'll just do the one, let the water.
Pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles.
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Celus, if you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
Yeah, I thought that was the case. Because, like, basically, we have the, she doesn't want us to kill him, because he is the prisoner that we're trying to interrogate, after all. In fact, if I recall, if you're doing work for Caesar's Legion, Caesar is like, he puts you on a quest to track him down and kill him, right? That's the thing that happens. So yeah, if you can like smuggle a weapon in to take him out, in fact we should probably have so yeah, we got the Silence 22. If we wanted to, we could just kill him right now. But the NCR wouldn't like that, and we don't want to piss off the NCR. We want them on our side. Also, yeah, he's not allowed to fight back. Anyway, let's see, good old two-way mirror, or one-way? No, it's two-way. Yeah, he could totally see through. Alright, let's talk to you.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
Okay, this is interesting. Maybe I should have dropped a save. Hang on.
Take your time.
I want to drop a save here real quick. I don't know what that does. If I tell him I'm with the Legion, we'll give it a go.
You're nothing. You're some inept mercenary the NCR is paying to supplement its own incompetent soldiers.
Let's see. How naive, Silas. Corruptio optimi pessima. Caesar sees you as a threat now, or legum servi sumus. We are both slaves to Caesar's law. Are you in violation? No, and you are in violation. Or timeo donatos et dona ferentis. I posed as a mercenary to get inside the walls.
No, listen. Caesar's secrets are safe with me. I stayed alive because Caesar would have wanted it. I'm useless to him dead.
And then, you're a danger to him. Your knowledge threatens him.
I've told them nothing. They've gotten nowhere. I'm a Centurion, for Christ's sake. I deserve his trust.
Caesar's laws are absolute. He does not grant exceptions.
You have to let this go. I'll disappear. No one will ever see me again. That was always the plan in the first place.
See... You're about to tell me everything you know, Silas.
Of course. All you had to do was ask. I'll tell you everything I know. Let's see. I know that you're a brainless cretin. I know that you're wasting your time. I know the lieutenant is going to be disappointed in you. And I know that by this time next month, the streets of New Vegas will be decorated with the decaying heads of NCR soldiers. Is there anything else you wanted to know?
Thank you for the follow, Logie Bear Thompson. Yes, I want to know how such a big talker got caught so easily.
You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order.
You must miss giving orders now that all your men are dead.
Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors.
Sounds to me like you were too gutless to follow Sizer's orders.
I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room.
Right, time to punch you a bit.
Something the matter, Felix? You look upset. I don't know. I thought she
Had
was
enough!
a nice lady.
Your friend is a miserable fucking degenerate.
That's a long walk, Celus. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have her torn apart by dogs.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Your tactics are a joke.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
What? Something's weird. He just had a conversation with her. And then... What? I don't know what's happening.
You like that?
But,
You can stop for a second.
alright, there we go. And hey, we leveled up for it too! What did we do to get XP? I don't remember. Okay, so, what do we want to boost? How's our science and lockpicking looking? They're both at 50, repairs at 50, speech is at 61. We really only need speech at 80. We're very close to that. Let's do 5 points in energy. Get that up to 50. Then go for... We're gonna hit speech up to 70. It gives us 3 points. Let's put those into... Lockpick, science, and repair. I know that 1 point doesn't actually mean anything for these, but it's just like
easy
1
there.
point
You're
closer.
supposed to rough him up a little, not kill him. Why don't you step outside a minute? Let off some steam.
Alright, sure thing.
I think my friend doesn't like you, Celus. I don't know how much longer I can keep her under control.
You think this'll make me talk? A beating? This is the best you can do?
Not just any beating, Celus. A savage beating. A beating that you'll be reminded of every time you feel pain from now on. When my friend's done with you, you won't have any of your teeth left. You'll be drinking your food through a straw. Your ribs will never heal properly, and it will hurt every time you breathe. It'll be like your collars, Celus. Impossible to forget.
Go to hell.
Huh. Not the sort of wit I've come to expect from you, Celus.
You're getting nothing from me.
I'm getting entertainment. That's something. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna spill your guts to me? Or am I gonna let my friend the maniac back in here for some playtime? Celus. Silent treatment, huh? Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you. Oh, and let me check you for weapons one more time. For your safety as well as his.
I guess she's implying he could, like, try to pickpocket some off of me and use them against me or something. I don't know. Anyway, time to talk to you first, I guess.
You hit like a bedridden old woman.
Thank you. Lucky you. You can borrow my dentures when I knock all your teeth out.
It'll take more than that to get me to talk, worm.
Yeah, legion scum. Tuck your jaw in or whatever the fuck. Set your jaw. Something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not meant to beat people up. But he's got a very punchable face, gotta admit. He's got a very punchable face. Come on. Just a little bit more.
Got my eyes peeled.
Stop blocking. You're a nuisance. a nuisance to society, a nuisance to Caesar, and everyone you ever loved hates you.
Enough, this is pointless. I'm dead to the Legion either way, I'll tell you what I know. But you should know that Caesar has always kept his own counsel. He never reveals anything that would make him vulnerable. My knowledge will not prevent the inevitable. This camp will be ash within months. Maybe weeks.
Yeah, right. I'll be the judge of that. Let's hear what you got to say.
Something is wrong with Caesar. Something he is attempting to hide from his men. But it was obvious before we set out on this last mission. For 3 days we awaited his order to dispatch us. 3 days. But he hid in his tent, refusing to give orders, complaining of headaches. He looks different now than he used to. His face is sunken, sickly. But any questioning of his health enrages him.
There must be more you can tell me.
There is one other thing that may interest you. I know that Caesar has planted a spy here. Every night, details of NCR troop movements are broadcast from a radio on this base to Caesar's camp. The spy has been here a long time, since before the entire conflict began. He's an officer. If I knew who he was, I would tell you. If I escape and he's alive to report it, the Legion would hunt me down. But like I said, none of this information will change the outcome for you. No force can hold back the tide of the Legion.
Okay, first of all, crypto ads? Fuck you, Twitch, for giving people crypto ads. Second of all, I don't actually know, but now that you mention it, Rose, it does kind of sound familiar. It's been a while since I played Fallout 4, so I can't remember Dance's voice. I think his sounds like a little bit deeper than this. Well, it's not deeper, it's like more... It's got more volume, if you know what I mean. But that might just be the difference between New Vegas and Fallout 4, is like... Maybe they just used a different mic for him or something. Alright, so who else we got to talk
You got
to?
something to say, or... That was fun to watch. I'd have you do it again, but I'd probably get in trouble. This'll do the NCR a lot of good, so you should be proud. Here's the standard fee. Plus, I threw in the price of a good show on the strip. That's from me, personally. You can beat up my prisoners anytime.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I wasn't paying attention to how much money I got, I was just paying attention to how gay I am for her. Oh, thank you for the follow, James the Great.
Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious? I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it.
Yeah, it could just be like new technology.
Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. He left on a dangerous assignment. Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any way to check up on him. I don't know him very well myself. I seem to remember that he was the man to call on if you needed someone to get in and get out quietly. Colonel Shu would really be the person to talk to.
Alright. Tell me about the break-ins.
Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't find signs of forced entry, but I've had reports of someone sneaking into the control tower at night. It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military base love affair. Kids today. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most soldiers around the base don't have that.
So whoever it is up the chain of command.
Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there, just a bunch of old communications equipment. If you can find out any more, I'd be interested to hear it. There's something about this I really don't like. And if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally.
Thank you for the hydrated posture check, Rose. Also, can I just say,
Sit up straight, son. I'm worried about you.
these are secure codes. Like, these are codes that, as she herself said, very few people in the camp actually have access to the control tower. And she just gave them to me, some random civilian who has nothing to do with the NCR besides, like, I helped them out a bit, but, like, I don't know, it feels very just protagonist treatment. Like, I'm just some rando who walked by and was like, hey, do you mind giving me these really secure codes that give you access to, like, just communicating with basically anyone in the wasteland? Oh yeah, sure, go ahead, just give it a check out. There's nothing to steal up there. It's like, but what? I'm just a random civilian. Anyway, you said there about thefts?
Not the kind of things you like to see go missing. No witnesses yet. I've got my money on Sergeant Contreras, who's supposed to be in charge of distribution, the little weasel. But he's too slick to let anyone catch him doing it. We've searched his possessions 12 times. Nothing. Good. The more guns you can recover, the more I'll be able to use to shoot Contreras for being inept.
Right.
Yep. See you around.
Anyway. So she's got a lot of useful information for us. What else do we have? What's this pointing us to? Right here. Aha. Main McCarran camp. We could do some stealing, but no, let's head on. Alright, Rose, have a good lurk. Thank you for dropping by. Yes, indeed.
Hey, what are you doing out here at this hour?
Speech check time. Just use a speech check. Speech check? Yes, thank you, brain. Thank you. I'm just gonna use a speech check because it's there. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to take a walk. Ah, yes, the insomnia excuse.
Yeah, I get insomnia pretty bad myself out here. I think it's the heat. Weird how sometimes it's cooler out here than it is inside. Well, I hope you managed to get some rest. Take it easy.
That was also just way too easy. Camp McCarran is not very secure. Cause, like, sure, I'm out taking a walk because insomnia, but, like, he should have just told me, you know, it's cool, that's fine, but you're not allowed to be here, so, like, go take your walk somewhere else. Like, seriously. McCarran. This is not how you security. Alright. Oh, very easy lock terminal. Speaking of security and McCarran and how bad they are at it, let's do the hacking minigame. I'm merely doing this mostly for the XP. Yeah, seriously, they could use something. Alright, let's play some Wordle real quick. So, it's not slave. I just realized slave and leads are only one letter apart from just being the same word scrambled up. Okay, so one is correct. Could be slave. Okay, it's not slave. That's 2 out of 5. It's definitely not slate. That's 3 out of 5. Now let's do some debugging first. Do some little debugging. There's a debug. I got our allowances back. Remove the duds. Okay, another dud. I don't know what it is. I just find the debugging fun. There's another dud and another dud. Oh, moving so many duds. Gotta remember, slave and lead. Slave and lead. Leads. Or is it leads? Leads or leads? Okay, that's all the debugging we can do, I believe. We moved a bunch of stuff. Okay, so it's not slate. Flash. Okay, so LEADS. Okay, so it does have the 1A. SLAVE. So it could be Flash. Oh, we got it. Got that 20 XP. Alright, what do we get? It's got a log, an access log. Ooh, this could be very useful for us. Camp McCarran Control Tower Automated Front Door Activity Log. Soldiers on duty this week. Shulman Barker, morning shift 6:30 to 12:30. Hal Reynolds, evening shift 12:30 to 6 o'clock. Or, like, yeah, 1800. So there's no one on duty between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6:30 a.m. Interesting. And then on Wednesday at 6:19 someone entered, 6:25 someone entered, 12:05 someone entered. So the 6:25 could have been Shulman checking in for his shift. The 12:05 could have been Howell checking in for his shift. Then 12:11 there's an exit. That couldn't have been Shulman, could it? Because that would have been too early. Maybe he was just relieved early or something. And then 12:13 we've got an enter. And 12:16 an exit. So I'm counting 4 enters and 2 exits. So that means only 2 people. Well, there are just 2 people still in there? What? I'm confused. Oh, wait. Okay, 2 more exits. We got an 1803 and an 1805. Okay, that makes sense. Then on Tuesday, we've got an enter at 102. That's kind of in the time frame that, yeah, that's kind of in that time frame that's unguarded. And an exit at 115. Then we got the 621, the 623. Oh, it's 2 guards, isn't it? Yeah, it's probably 2 guards. That makes sense. Yeah, it's 2 guards for each shift. Yeah, so 621 and a 623. Then at 1204, 1206 is one of them being relieved. 1220, 1224 is another one being relieved. Then 1807 and 1810 is those 2 relieving themselves. At which point this control tower is completely unguarded. Then on Monday at 1:05 a.m. we've got an entry, and at 1:23 we've got an exit. So whoever this is likes to show up at 1 a.m. Then we've got our regular morning guards for the 6:30 shift. They show up. Then we've got the 12:30 shift. With that 12:30 shift, one of them shows up, so one of the 6:30 gets to leave, and then the 12. Then at 12:14, one of them shows up, and another one gets to leave. Then they both leave at 6 p.m. Okay. So we know whoever this is likes to show up at 1 a.m. What time is it right now? Oh, it's actually 1 a.m. Well, this could be interesting. Was it that guy? The guy that we just talked to? Was that him? That might have been him leaving, who knows? But yeah. I think we may have just missed the spy. So let's just head back out. We'll have 24 hours. Is this the one where it's like someone's threatening to blow up the monorail or something? Okay, what's our current quest? Investigate late night break-ins at the... Okay. Is there anything in there that we should have looked at? Because we've just got the radio equipment, right? There's the ham radio. And then this radio. And that's it. The desk is empty. There's nothing around here. Okay, so I think it's just that we missed the person. So, what we're gonna do... I could just wait 24 hours, or I guess 23. Is there anything else I need to do around here? Because if not, I will just do the waiting. I do kind of want to find a bed, if possible. Just because if I have a bed, I could become well rested. I think. Just well rested is a nice little bonus to have that I don't actually get all that much because I mostly just don't sleep. My fusion, energy cells, nice. My two favorite ammo types. Oh, there's so much ammo here that I'm just allowed to because the Legion, not Legion, the NCR likes me. Some missiles too, love to see it. Alright, cool. Is there any other ammo stuff around here? Nope. Good. Let's head on out. Let's continue. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find a bed. And maybe we'll get to sleep. And maybe just enjoy some... like... what's the XP bonus? It's like 20% XP, right? This is barbed wire. I wonder though... did I still get over it? Is it an invisible wall? It's not hurting me, is the thing. Is there something around? What is this? Is this like a little obstacle course? I don't think I've seen... yeah, it's an obstacle... oh yeah, it's like the little boot camp obstacle course stuff where you like run up and then you got like the tires and you gotta run through the tires without like bumping into them or whatever, and then you run up here and then you gotta go around and then run up here and then it's like you get up here and then wow, this is actually kind of a lame obstacle course. NCR, do better. This is like nothing. But yeah, Camp McCarran is a great strategic point for the NCR because it gives them access to the monorail, which gives them direct access to the strip. And before the war, if you think about it, before the war, Camp McCarran would have been basically, like, well, McCarran Airport? Was it a civilian airport or a military airport? Because either way, whoever it was like, okay, once you land in McCarran at the airport, you just take the monorail directly to the strip. Because, like, that's just a thing airports have, is like, not every airport does necessarily, but a lot of them have public transport that connects you to the nearby hub. So, like, I know... So I know the airport in Chiba... I can't remember the name of that airport. It's like... it's not Haneda. It's the other... It's the international airport. I can't think of it right now. But the airport in Chiba has a tram that you can take that just shoot directly to Tokyo. Like, you just take the train and you end up at Tokyo. And I think it takes you to Tokyo Station. Like, exactly Tokyo Station. So... yeah, that's kind of... it's bothering me I can't think of the name of that airport. This is a significant airport that I've been to multiple times. What am I doing? Is this the building I'm trying to gain access to, or is it the wrong building? It's probably this building. I'm just being dumb. What time is it? Oh, wow, we wasted like 3 hours. 3.5 in-game hours. Lovely. This is fine, we'll just do a good old nocturnal bit.
Well?
Hello?
Well, I'll leave that to you. But I would recommend Lieutenant Boyd and Sergeant Contreras as two people who usually know what's going on around here.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? No one has any business being in there after dusk. I wonder... There's a lot of communications equipment up there. He could be using it to touch base with whoever sent him. You've already done us a lot of good, but I'm afraid to move on this myself. We've tried catching this guy before, and he can always smell a trap. But he may not know about you. I need you to follow him into the tower. See if you can discover his identity. Report back and I'll have him arrested. Report back when you've got it, and I'll have him arrested.
You just said that twice, my dude.
Later.
So... yeah, he's giving us direct... orders isn't the right word. He's giving us direct, like... recommendation... bro,
You
or...
have something to say, or do you always look like that?
Boyd. See, this is what happens when you pull an all-nighter. You just... That's not a keyboard, Boyd. It's not a keyboard. You're not doing anything.
Or do you always look like that?
You need to go to sleep, Boyd.
You've been... do you always look like that?
You've clearly been awake for way too long. Yeah. So, let's find... what was I saying? I do that a lot. I just say something, and then something distracts me, and then I forget what I was saying. Is it something about beds? There's Hornsby. I guess we could sleep in a cell. We're not a prisoner or anything. It's just a bed that we can sleep on. Let's sleep until... okay, so let's see. 12 hours would give us 5 p.m. then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm gonna give it to 11 just to give us a little bit of an extra hour to get there. Because I don't know if I'll get like stuck on something on the way or if I'll only just barely make that time window. I want to be like in the tower doing the stakeout at like by 12. Alright, am I well rested by the way? I don't think I am. I don't think I got the well rested bonus. Oh well. Let's head back on out to the control tower. Got some lovely stuff to do. Alright, so... time is it? Alright, yeah, I think if we had slept until 12:30, we wouldn't have made it in time. So this gives us plenty of time to do our setup and our stakeout. So, what we want to do... here's the thing, like, we want to be probably a bit stealthy, which means I'm gonna say as soon as 1 AM hits, we want to throw on a stealth boy. So I have a feeling whoever this person is... like, we could do a direct confrontation, but I don't think that would go down well. Like, he'd probably attack me, I'd probably attack him, and he would die and we wouldn't get any answers out of him, but this way we can have, like, a direct arrest. Like, have him in custody so he can be interrogated and all that stuff, you know? So that's the plan, just 30 more minutes of in-game waiting. Me just constantly spamming the wait button because that's the way I keep track of the time. Alright, just 20 more minutes to go. Also, is Veronica gonna screw me over? Should I have told Veronica to, like, wait outside? It's possible. You know what, I'm gonna throw on the stealth boy. I don't know how long does the stealth boy last? Hang on. It should tell me. I'm gonna go to aids, stealth boy. It does not tell me. Okay, cool. Great. That's fine. I love you too, Felly. You're amazing. Gonna be spamming this button until it's like, just throw on the stealth boy at like 12:50. I don't know exactly when this guy's gonna show up. According to the log, he can show up like slightly after 1. Let's just see how this goes. See, okay. Throw on the stealth boy now. Fingers crossed. Be quiet. And hope Veronica doesn't screw me over here. Hello? Is the guy not here? Oh, maybe we're not supposed to be inside. Ah. That could be it. I think I screwed this up. I think what's supposed to happen is I stay outside wait for him to go inside, and then follow him inside. That's probably it. I think I screwed this up. Okay, we're gonna have to wait another 24 hours. But it'll be fine. Yeah, I forgot how this quest goes. That's just a regular NCR trooper. Okay. We're gonna wait another 24 hours. Also, let's just equip our plasma pistol, just because. Plasma pistol. Cool. Alright. Well, that was a waste of a stealth boy, but I don't use them too much anyway, and they kinda do weigh me down, so it's not the end of the world. We could probably buy more if we desperately need to. Alright, let's wait. Let's see. 24 hours would be waiting until 2. This is waiting until 1. Let's wait until midnight. It's the sun! I miss the sun. I like being out in the daytime in this game. It's nice. It's got a nice daytime. Then... Alright, it's now kind of sort of pseudo midnight. Stealth boy has worn off, which was kind of a waste, but what can you do? Well, we notably don't have that much actual points in stealth, but whatever. Let's get ourselves a nice sneaky point right here. Oh, I love the daytime. The daytime's great. The daytime is when the sun is out and I feel good and all sorts of stuff. Also, daytime is when all the people that I love and care about are awake and I can talk to them. When the sun sets, it gets lonely. I don't mind the burn, but yeah, that is a thing. Aww. Yeah, I like day, but I respect and appreciate people who don't like night. No, who do like night. Because, you know, like, that's all my partners. Yeah. I don't think there's a single one who doesn't. Maybe Chloe. I think Chloe's, like, she follows a very, like, normal sleep schedule. That's kind of like me, but I think she does stay up late sometimes. Right? Also, I'm not a vampire yet, but you would think, with all the vampires that just like to nom on me, that I would turn eventually. Alright. I kind of feel like, oh dear, oh my. I'm getting nibbled on. Alright, we're gonna... I'm gonna burn another stealth boy. Because I think what has to happen is we have to watch the person walk inside, and then we follow them inside. Right? Am I right that it's 1 AM when it happens? Where the hell? I feel like something's not going right. I feel like there's something that's supposed to be happening that's not happening. Hello?
Following up on your lead, huh? Good. I'll get out of your way before I blow your cover.
What? It's him, isn't it? Is it him? No, it can't be him. What? Chat, the game is being weird. I know that there's a few quests like this in New Vegas that they're incredibly specific about like how events need to occur and what order they need to occur in. Because what's supposed to happen is we look at the logs and be like, oh, look at the access log, yada yada, and like, oh, these are times when like the soldiers are supposed to be here. Oh, and but look at this, there are people showing up at 1 a.m. Who's showing up at 1 a.m.? Well, it's gotta be the spy. And so what we're supposed to do is, I can't remember if we're supposed to already be inside the building or if we're supposed to be like outside and watching the building or something, but someone is supposed to show up here at 1 a.m., right? And they're supposed to go inside at 1 a.m. and either the order is supposed to be I stay outside when they go in and then I follow them in, or I'm in there when they come in. I'm pretty sure it's the first way though, because like I'm supposed to head inside. I'm like supposed to head inside after they're there, because that way they don't notice me, because there's kind of like a wall here, like they'll just be up here and they won't notice me, and I'll just be like kind of here overhearing what they're saying on the radio. That's how it's supposed to work. Why isn't it working that way? Why is the game being funky? I could try reloading. Thing is, my most recent manual save that wasn't that far back, was it? No, this was it. It was when I was about to beat that guy up. Then the most recent autosave was the many times I walked in and outside of that thing. So if I reloaded, I'd lose a lot of progress. What to do? Should we turn to Google? Should we Google how this quest is supposed to go? It wouldn't make sense if it's the quest giver guy. The guy that's like,
I hope you catch this guy.
trying to follow up on me, because he's the one that gave us the quest. And like, I know there's a few times when it does end up being something like that, like the guy that you think it clearly possibly couldn't be turns out to be the one. But that's not the case here. Because he's the one that gave us the mission on the first place to try and find the worm. The game is being weird. I don't know what I did. Did I break the quest? Either I broke the quest or I did something like something that's supposed to be happening isn't happening. I don't know what it is. You know what, we're gonna turn to Google. I put a spell on you as the name of the quest. Okay. Let's tab out. go to google.com. New Vegas. I put a spell on you. Okay, so Google has spoiled for me that it's supposed to be Curtis. Yeah, Curtis not appearing. Go to Reddit. Curtis isn't appearing. Yeah, Curtis isn't going into the guard tower during I put a spell on you. How do I fix this? Okay, so first thing, this fucking quest has got to be the most buggy quest in the whole game, at least on par with how little we know. Don't forget Beyond the Beef. I've never had issues with this. I've never been able to finish Old School Ghoul, though. There are about 20 ways that one can go wrong. And let's see. Okay, so what this is saying, go out to the control tower. The most direct route is to go to the back door between the escalators on the ground floor. Move back by one of the planes to the right. The plane closest to the wall is a good place. And wait until about 12:30. You may want to save the game prior to doing the wait. Sometime at about 12:55, Curtis can be seen walking towards the tower. However, you can also wait until around 2:50 a.m. and enter the building. He will already be in the tower talking on the radio. If you do choose to wait outside by the planes at 12:55, it is very important that you remain hidden. Otherwise, he will confront you and ask you why you're there. And if that doesn't work, check down in the bug section to see if you recognize anything you might have done that you might have screwed up. Let's see. Okay, and this person had an issue where they went into the tower and he was already there without having walked to it, but like, that's not even happening for me. Alright, we're gonna try... like, one more attempt. So this is saying that what we should do is like hide behind this plane, I believe. Let's take a sip from our canteen. I believe it was telling me to hide behind this plane. And then when we see him walking towards the building, that's when we kind of make our move. Alright, we're gonna try this one last time. 3, 2, 1, midnight. I should drop the save beforehand too, and do that. I think it auto-saves when you wait though. We're spending a lot of in-game time just doing this. Also, happy Halloween! It's 10:31. Alright. Let's drop a save, first and foremost. Okay, we've used a lot of stealth boys so far. We've used 2. But I don't think I'll use too many throughout the entire duration of the game, so let's just use one more just to make absolutely sure. Because having the stealth boy in the first place means, like, it ensures that we're not caught. And then it also seems to last a while. Let's just keep an eye. Is there any movement at all? Anyone heading towards that door? But yeah, as the as the Reddit has acknowledged, this is an incredibly buggy quest. Come on, Curtis. You know you want to. Oh, are you fucking kidding? Is he showing up and just the draw distance isn't working? We'll see. I'm gonna head over there now. Name a more iconic duo. Fallout New Vegas and Buggy Quests. And I hear no talking. So he's not here. Okay. Now I'm detected. Is that you though? What if I just walk away? What if I just kind of vibe around here? No, 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 no. Don't pay attention to me. Stop walking towards me. Stop walking towards me. I am nothing. I am the dirt under your feet. Just keep doing whatever you are doing. Buddy. Is that him? Or is it someone else? Is that him? Well, I'm detected.
I hope you catch this guy.
That's him. It is him. Oh. Why would it be him though? It's like, I get it's the whole plot twist of like, dun dun dun, it was the person that told you about it all along. But like, why bring attention to it? If he's a spy, oh, there he goes. Like, I get, oh, okay, hang on, I'm just gonna pause here real quick while I go on a little mini rant about this. He's a spy, right? If he's a spy, so I get that drawing attention to the fact that there is a spy is like, you know, kind of him pulling double agent duty, because he's basically being like, well, he's drawing attention off of himself by being the person that draws attention to it. Like, you know, a good spy wouldn't draw attention to the fact that there's a spy, yada yada. But he's the one that put me to this task. He kind of orchestrated everything. He knows that I'm looking on trying to catch this guy. Why does he... This just feels like a huge blunder to me. Like, there's no way that he should have been the one to make me do that. Like, Yeah, but like I see the logic in it. It's just like very flawed, I feel like, because he's kind of trying to deflect attention off of himself by, you know, a good spy wouldn't have asked you to start looking into and investigating himself. But in doing so, in getting someone to investigate him, he has exposed himself. Like, the logs on the computer tell me that someone shows up at like 1 p.m. At 1 a.m., I mean. And like, so now you're telling me that I got told to investigate this guy. This guy knows I'm following up on him, which is partly why anytime he sees me, he's like, oh, I'm just gonna wander away and not do anything of anything suspicious. But just like his cover's now blown, he can no longer go to the control tower at 1 a.m. because he knows that I'm gonna be there looking for him. Why does he go to the control tower at 1 a.m.? This doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, let's go blow his cover. I feel like we're supposed to be hearing conversation.
This is where your trail runs cold.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Is he supposed to be hostile? I feel like we broke this quest. I feel like we broke this quest several steps back. Hello? What's going on? What are you doing, pal? Hello?
What are you doing here? You don't have clearance. Really? And how would you know where I'm supposed to be?
I heard someone's been breaking in here at night. Looks like it's you.
I don't know what you mean. Hey!
Wow, okay. I guess we'll just kill you. I don't know if this is the intended way to end this quest. Oh, god damn, Veronica. Oh, lesbians with power fists are very powerful. Combat knife has good weight to value. Hell yeah. He's got an access code. He's got a beret. Alright, cool. Oh my. my, felly. Alright, let's... Was it Shu? Was it Shu that gave me this quest? I think it was Shu that gave me this quest. Never mind then. Okay, I think that makes more sense. Like... If Shu gave me the quest, then that means... Yeah, it wasn't Curtis. Yeah. Still, I don't know. It feels like... It feels like there's a little bit of flawed logic here, but not as much as I thought there was to begin with. Let's go to... I want to check out... activation code for explosives. Oh dear. Is he related to the quest where they try to blow up the monorail? And does House want me to blow up the monorail? I don't think he does. I think he wants the NCR to be fine with the monorail.
Yes? What is it?
I found the intelligence leak. I think I screwed up the quest, but...
No? What happened?
I caught Curtis radioing intel to Caesar's Legion. I did not. But... whatever. I had to take him down.
Curtis, something's not right. He came to me today saying he was worried about the monorail. Had me put him in charge of the inspection crew. Listen, you've got to get to the monorail. If it's been sabotaged, we're completely crippled here. Go.
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Cool. Cool. So we gotta get to the bomb and defuse it. I know where the bomb is. I just gotta get to the monorail. Hello. Just gotta get there and do the thing with the stuff right. Come on. Alright. No! Well, R.I.P. in peace. Nothing we could have done. We're just gonna mosey on out of here. Hopefully the NCR doesn't mind. I tried. You can't say I didn't try, because I tried. Shu, I've got some bad news. You might have heard it. Not the news itself, but you definitely heard the explosion related to it. Be
Something I
good,
can do
pal?
for you? What happened?
Did you not hear the explosion?
God damn it. How could I have let this happen? If only we caught this sooner, before he got to the monorail. Still, this investigation has been valuable to us, and you deserve to be compensated for it. The NCR appreciates the work you've done. Will there be anything else?
Goodbye. Okay, the NCR likes me. Okay, So, I'm not sure what we should have done to change things up and make them not happen the way they did. Or if there was something we could have done to make them... There definitely is. There's definitely 100% a way you can save the monorail. But something, we did this out of order or whatever, the quest is broken. We'll blame it on the quest being broken. Let's leave. We don't need to hang around. Now this is not my fault. As Shu acknowledged, there's nothing that could have been done. Just like, you know, I tried my best. I tried to... You saw me, chat. I was right there. I was almost on the monorail. Then it left and went kaboom. And yep. We could try to reload. We could try to resolve this in a way that maybe ends up saving the monorail. But sometimes when I play games, like RPGs, like these kinds of RPGs, sometimes if something turns out unfavorably, I'll just leave it. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like, sure, it's not the ideal way to turn everything out, and maybe Mr. House is not gonna be happy with me. But we'll live with the consequences of the quest being broken. We'll blame it on the quest. Anyway, let's try to head to Freeside. There's no more distractions. There's Lucky 38. If he could just, like, climb this wall, which honestly looks very climbable, we could probably get into the strip right here. But no, we gotta go through Freeside. There's a lot of cool stuff to do in Freeside. There's, like, you know, the lovely, there's the Kings, which is just... The Kings are such a weird faction. It's just like a faction of people that are all Elvis impersonators. And then we've got, you know, the Followers of the Apocalypse, which is like the most based faction in the entire game. Because, you know, they're just general anarchists that are just like, you know, we're just here to help people. We don't really care about the NCR or the Legion. We just want... As long as you're not harming people, you're cool with us, and we're not too worried about building up society as, like... We're not too worried about building up society as to how it was before. We're just concerned with, like, helping society. You know, helping people. That's just what we do. So they're like one of the only truly based factions in the entire game. Just this little anarchist enclave. Crimson Caravan. Oh yeah, this is a Crimson Caravan. Let's not do that yet. I feel like we're getting way ahead of ourselves. We still haven't even gotten into Freeside. That may have been the reason why the monorail blew up. And why the quest was broken, is because we might have done it a little ahead of ourselves. Let's just go into Freeside. Sure, nothing could go wrong. Ah, yes.
Hey, buddy, spare a cap? I can make it worth your while.
Okay, I feel like I vaguely recall giving him money is incredibly useful, so we're just gonna do that.
The first thing you should know is that Freeside is run by a pack of yahoos that call themselves the Kings. Their leader, who oddly enough calls himself the King, currently has his hands full trying to prevent an all-out riot in Freeside.
Oh my.
That's 2 tips, but what the hell? You're a new customer, so the extra one's on me. Wanna hear another?
Yeah.
Caught a rumor the other day that some of the clientele over at the Wrangler have been making some rather strange requests. Stuff like weirdos wanting the services of ghouls and such. I almost have half a mind to volunteer myself, sexy beast that I am. I got more where that came from. Want another?
Hello, Ian.
At the northwest end of Fremont Street, you'll find the Silver Rush. It's run by a rather scary family called the Van Graffs. These are not people you want to mess with. But if lasers and such are your thing, the goods they sell are second to none. That one was pretty good, right? How about another?
Yeah, I recall the Silver Rush is the place that you want to go if you're really looking for good energy weapons. They're also expensive as fuck.
There was a rumor a while back that the White Glove Society was really an all-ghoul gang, which is why they wear those weird masks of theirs. What do you think? Would I look good in a mask? Maybe I'd make more caps. I got more where that came from. Want another?
If you've been around the Kings, you may have met one of them named Pacer. He's always stomping around trying to show off his authority. Being new, you weren't around when it happened, but a few months ago, Pacer pissed off the Van Graff family big time. No one knows what went down, but word is the Van Graffs still want him dead. That one was pretty good, right? How about another?
I do remember there's a quest related to that, so thank you, Rotface, for bringing that up.
Ever hear of the gun runners? They sell just about every kind of firearm you can imagine, and some you probably couldn't. I got more where that came from. Want another?
I'm like fairly certain there's like something unique that happens if you just keep giving him money, so we're just gonna do that.
The NCR used to run a prison to the southwest, but something happened a little while back, and now all you'll get is hard looks if you ask about it. I got more where that came from. Want another?
Yeah, that's NCRCF, buddy. We already dealt with that.
East of Freeside, there's an old Air Force base, judging by the road signs. No one knows for sure what's in there, though, on account of anyone approaching the place getting violently blown up. What do you say? Want another tip?
East of here. Oh, he's talking about, the boomers. He's talking about the boomers. Hell yeah.
I've heard the Garretts over at the Atomic Wrangler are having a hard time collecting some money owed to them. An enterprising person like yourself might be able to make some caps helping them with their little problem. That one was pretty good, right? How about another?
I honestly don't remember that. But yeah, here you go.
A traveler that passed through here not long ago told everyone he met that there's some kind of plant paradise to the west, where food is abundant. All the people foolish enough to listen to him and head out that way never came back. What do you say? Want another tip?
So that's talking about Vault 22. I believe it's 22. The one that's like overgrown with plants and stuff.
The strip is run by the three families who owe their allegiance to Mr. House. When he first showed up, he gave the local tribes the choice of working with him or getting the hell out of his way. Given how things turned out, I know which way I'd have gone. But hindsight's 20/20, right? I got more where that came from. Want another?
He's got a lot of good tips. Just giving us all the lore and insight into New Vegas and how it works.
Mention the NCR and people around here get a little on edge. There's talk that they're going to take over all of New Vegas. It doesn't help that they've got military camps all over the place, and more troops pour into the area daily. That one was pretty good, right? How about another?
Yeah, that's kind of a thing that I think the NCR has in common with the Brotherhood in Fallout 4. Because both are military factions that are basically using sheer military force to kind of take over an area. The Brotherhood has slightly different motivations. Like, they want to take over the Commonwealth. They kind of give you quests to do that. You know, you're kind of press ganging people into service and making them mostly you're making them like share their crops with you, but their main goal, at least in terms of showing up to the Commonwealth, is to take out the Institute, whereas the NCR are merely trying to build up a republic, and really it's kind of an empire that they're trying to build, is like kind of reconstruct. They're trying to rebuild what used to be America, basically. So like, but they only have so many resources. But basically the main point is they're a strong military presence in New Vegas. The Brotherhood is a strong military presence in Fallout 4. Alright, let's see what else you have.
Traders have been griping for a while now about I-15 being too dangerous to travel. I'd steer clear of it unless you're armed to the teeth. I got more where that came from. Want another?
I believe that's because I-15 is the one that's overrun by Deathclaws.
Have you tried going to the Strip only to be stopped by those big metal murder machines? Happens every day around here. But if you know the right people, you can get through the gate without being a rich man. What do you say? Want another tip?
Hells yeah.
Northwest of the big Freeside sign is a casino called the Atomic Wrangler. It's not as fancy as the ones on the Strip, but there's still plenty of excitement to be found there. That one was pretty good, right? How about another?
Yeah, I don't remember what goes on at the Atomic Wrangler. But yeah, like you said, it's basically a casino, but it's not the same as like the big casinos on the Strip. But it's like one that people on Freeside have access to.
In the area between the north and east gates is the old Mormon Fort, where the followers of the apocalypse have set themselves up. The followers aren't a bad bunch, and provide healing and supplies to the people of Freeside as they can. What do you say? Want another tip?
There's the followers being based.
There's a rumor that a huge army is camped to the east, massing to attack the NCR. Like that'd ever happen. Who in the world could stand up to the NCR and win? That one was pretty good, right? How about another?
You do know about Caesar's Legion, right? Like, they're all the fuck over the place, and kinda being a huge shadow over New Vegas. Like, you can't tell me you don't know about them.
There's a guy out on the main drag who sells secondhand adventuring gear. He's got an okay selection. But where does it come from? I got more where that came from. Want another?
I can't remember that. Is that the guy who, like, escorts you and has that whole escort thingy? I think that's it.
I probably don't have to tell you that Freeside's dangerous, but you might want to think twice about hiring one of those guards at the gates. They're not all saints, is all I'm saying.
Okay, no, that's what he was referring to. I don't know what he's referring to with the first one.
The chairman run a casino on the Strip called The Tops. It's a pretty classy place by all reports. I haven't been there myself, but I hear security there is kinda tight. What do you say? Want another tip? I heard something about a town south of here being attacked, but details are sketchy. All I know is there haven't been any refugees showing up here, which means either the attack wasn't too bad, or it was very, very bad. That one was pretty good, right? How about another?
Yeah, that's a good, like, insight. Is like, the place got attacked, and the lack of refugees means either, you know, it wasn't a bad attack, just maybe a false alarm or something, and everyone's fine, or there are no people left to be refugees. And it's the latter. I believe he's referring to... Is it Forlorn Hope? I think he was referring to Forlorn Hope. Yeah.
Things have generally been bad here for the squatters, the people who came here hoping for a better life and just got stuck. But lately, the mood has changed. The squatters seem to be a bit more optimistic. I wonder what happened. I got more where that came from. Want another? I understand. Well, have a good day.
I feel like we're not getting anywhere with him. I feel like he's just feeding us information. Like, I could have sworn there was, like, something special if you give him a bunch of money, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm just being impatient. Who knows? Let's just keep doing some investigation. Okay. So around here, there's Mick and Ralph's. Which... Hey, you.
Looking for a fix, man? I got what you need.
Oh.
Have a look, baby.
He's got drugs, you say? He's got drugs. Alright, goodbye.
Bye.
I feel like there's someone in here that we gotta talk to. By the way, something about this building in particular just kind of reminds me of... So first of all, I think it reminds me of... What the hell? I thank you, lesbian with the power fist. Yeah, there's... I think there was something in Fallout 3 that's kind of similar to this building, obviously, because... there 100% is. But... I think mostly what this kind of reminds me of is actually... there's, like... If you know, My Hero Academia, there's a fight in, I believe it's like Season 4, might be Season 3, I can't remember. I think it's Season 3. There's a fight in Season 3 where Deku is fighting this one guy in, like... It's not a ruined building is the thing, it's a building that's under construction. And I feel like that's kind of what that reminds me of. I don't know. Anyway. Here's a person. Okay. Oh. I thought you were someone I could talk to. Alright. We're gonna head... Oh wait, you're the person who's got, like, Euclid's Sea Finder or something, right?
Bang, 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 bang.
You.
Reach for the sky, lady.
Reach for the sky.
This is the best gun in the whole galaxy. I paid 1 million caps for it, and it wasn't even brand new.
I can't use the barter skill, damn.
Well, if you can get me most of it, I could give you a loan for the rest. Sorry, but I need to shoot Stacy. We can find you another gun.
That's just the best line of, like, kid, I need your gun. I'm sorry, I need it to shoot Stacy. We can get you another one. Just very nonchalant, like, no, I need this to shoot someone.
I don't really like to go to bed until it gets dark out.
Sure.
See you.
Yeah, I believe that's Euclid's Sea Finder, and it's the gun that we need in order to... make use of Helios 1, right? Pretty sure that's it. Can I talk to Stacy? No, she's busy fleeing. Cool. Well, we're gonna take a dip in Mick and Rouse, but first I'm gonna drop a save. Take a little pee break. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna run an ad. I guess we don't need this Reddit page up anymore. Yeah, we're gonna run an ad. Also, please, Twitch, do not run a crypto ad. Thank you. And I am back. Hopefully the ad is done running. Cool. So there's a little butt or something. I don't know. It's like 3D. It's got a low res cover on it. Probably my fault. It's low res because I turned down a lot of settings. Let's go to Mick and Ralph's. I believe Mick and Ralph's is where you can get a passport. Ooh, this is a cool place. I didn't realize the rugs and stuff they got laying around and the dolls. I believe it's like you sell odds and ends, your brother sells like guns and stuff, right? Something like that?
If you're looking for guns, talk to Mick. Otherwise, I've got a nice selection of general supplies.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I only offer services if the king gives the okay. Press him and we can talk.
Aha.
Alright. Yeah, I've got a little side business going. What I'm about to share with you does not leave this room, huh? Over the years, I've gradually perfected my craft to the point of perfection. No one can distinguish between my work and the real thing. What I'm referring to is passports. If you've got the caps, I can whip up a strip passport which will fool even the most well-trained eye. Hey, if you're interested and have the caps, they go for 500. Any less, and it ain't worth the risk of getting caught. What do you say? You game?
I guess I already have enough caps to pass credit.
No problem. If you need one later, just stop in.
Let's see.
What do you want to know?
Who's the king?
If you haven't heard of the king, must have been living under a rock or something. The king has his boys all over Freeside. He controls the water pump and is essentially the go-to guy for what goes around here.
For the fraying graps.
They're the local energy weapon dealers in Freeside. When it comes to lasers and plasma, they're the only game in town. Keep it that way. Gloria's men are the best armed in Freeside and ruthless to boot. But her brother, Jean-Baptiste Cutting, puts them all to shame. Their joint is the only place in Freeside to get it all under one roof. They've got gambling, booze, chems, and whores. They're good folks, just don't cross them. They're known for tidying up loose ends with a bullet to the brain box.
I don't remember the Atomic Wrangler stuff. Some things like vaguely tickling the back of my memory, but for the most part, I can't remember what goes on with the Atomic Wrangler.
Anything else I can help you with?
Let's just see what you have to sell. Guarantee it's probably nothing I care about. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Come back anytime.
Alright. Next we want... Here's your brother.
Welcome to Mick and Ralph's. If you need guns, I'm your man.
I don't actually...
For general supplies and other services, see my partner Ralph.
I actually don't know if they're brothers, or if they're gay, or if it's like they just are business partners. I don't know what's going on between them. I can't remember. Let's see what you got for sale. Probably nothing better than the gun runners, but still probably cheaper. Millimeter. Dragon's Breath. Oh yeah, that's the shotgun stuff that sets people on fire. Don't know what that is. Target. Okay, so I guess it's like armor piercing, but for shotguns? And then pulse slugs. High explosive, incendiary. What's this? Plus P? Okay, so it's like... It's just better overall, except it wears down your gun faster. That makes sense. We could have a cowboy hat. Dynamite. Embrace of the Mantis King. Okay, that's something. Hey Ian, it's Mantis King. It's a reference to oh, that's Mantis God, isn't it? No, isn't Mantis King the uncommon card that has like the double the bifurcated instead of trifurcated. Mantis God is trifurcated. I believe it's Mantis King is a card that's bifurcated. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's that. Hunting rifles. We've got a katana. Katanas are cool. Little devil. That's expensive as fuck. What the hell? I don't have 16,000 caps, thank you. I'm not even halfway there. Nuka Breaker. Interesting. Anything else? Ooh, I like the sawed-off shotgun. Sawed-off shotgun is a cool thing. And Vault 3 jumpsuits, which I don't... Why does he have Vault 3? What's Vault 3? I don't remember what Vault 3 is.
Things were better when the Omertas were buying, but we get by. Good selection from traders, and the Van Graffs keep things running. That's the thing. I have no idea. They just stopped buying guns all of a sudden. If you hear anything, let me know.
I vaguely recall there's like a quest for getting the Omertas to start buying guns from them again.
Anything else I can help you with? Why? You work for one of the casinos?
What?
In that case, yes I do.
Uh-huh.
Like I always say, a polite society is an armed society.
He's got guns. He's got so many guns. Isn't this the same stuff? Hang on. Is that the same stuff, or is he... I don't think I saw the throwing knives before, or the switchblade, straight razor. Okay, there's a few new stuff. He's got a Ripper. The Ripper's a good... The Ripper's such a good weapon. Pulse grenades. Power fist. Plasma grenades. Ooh, he's got some good stuff. Grenade machine. Holy shit! That looks cool. That looks so cool. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to use it though, and it's expensive, and like it's fun in theory, but I don't think it's actually worth. It's not the type of weapon we're trying to go for. He's got dynamite, RAM, C4, ooh. Brass knuckles, boxing gloves. And I think the rest of this we already knew about. Okay, cool. So he's got some cool stuff. Like what you see, Veronica?
Welcome back.
Anything else? No.
Thanks for stopping in.
Alright, cool. I just have a look around back here. Ooh. They've got upstairs. They've got a bed. A vending. Let's turn the light on. Bed, a vending machine. A double bed. Rogue's Digest. Got a couch with a TV. And the bathroom. Okay, does anyone know the distinction between Mick and Ralph? Is it that they're brothers? Is it that they're lovers? Like, what's going on here? Are they just business partners? That's just boring. I want them to be gay, goddammit. Alright. Like, that's not saying they couldn't be gay and also be brothers. It's just, if that was the case, they would be gay for each other, which is not what I want. I want to ship them. Well, no, that's the thing. It could be gay. Because Veronica is gay. And what's his name from, the Followers of the Apocalypse, Arcade Gannon, he's gay. So, like, gay is totally an option. Yeah, exactly. It's always gay unless it's said not to be gay. And even then, it is probably gay. Just everything is gay. Everything is always gay. There's never not gay. See these paperweights? Gay. Mr. House is gay. Actually, he's not gay. He's not even based. He's cringe, but still. This flaming barrel, gay as fuck. The Kings! Oh, the Kings are super gay. The Kings are super, super gay. They might make you think they're straight, but they're just closeted gays, is all that. Should we check out... What should we do? Because, like... part of me wants to just go into the strip right now and just, like, continue on with that. Like, the main quest line, we interact with Benny, and then we also get to talk to Mr. House. Part of me wants to do that. Like, start getting on board with Mr. House, kind of get a feel for what he wants us to do and what he doesn't want us to do. But also part of me wants to explore a lot of Freeside, because there's a lot of stuff to do here. Like, we got to investigate and interact with the Followers of the Apocalypse. I mean, we have this quest right here that I know for a fact we can do right now without breaking any sequencing. Here's that giant rat that the kid's just chasing for dinner.
We're gonna have rat tonight.
I hope you do, kid. And then what else? What else is there to do? There's a lot of work to be done for the Kings. I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff to do around here. I think I want to interact with the Followers of the Apocalypse first. Just to see what they have to say. Maybe they've got like a fetch quest that I have to do, so it might be good to pick it up right now. So yeah.
Howdy.
Welcome to the Followers of the Apocalypse. We're based. And gay.
I've been around a while. Currently working for the Followers as a gun for hire. But it's getting rather dull. Aside from protecting them from the occasional thug looking to intercept supply shipments, there isn't much to do around here. The one researcher I liked, who I could chat up about liquor, got transferred. And the rest of the docs are pretty uptight about my kind of fun.
Isn't she also a lesbian? I'm getting peak lesbian vibes from her. I swear she's a lesbian.
joined up looking for a decent paying job. Granted, the pay's all right, but they won't let me kick back and slog a brew at the end of the day. They're worried the filthy drunkies in detox seeing me drink will cause an immediate relapse. I say their rehab effort here is just a revolving door. I've been around long enough to observe the patterns of human behavior. Physical and mental anguish are especially exciting to explore.
Sounds like you're a bit of a dom, Beatrix. Yep.
Hey, who doesn't enjoy a little pinch and squeal every once in a while?
Fuck. Why am I feeling submissive towards a video game character? Chat, help me.
What do you have in mind?
Let's see.
Good? Bad? The guy with the gun makes the rules. Longing makes the heart grow fonder. But I've always been a fan of hog-tying my lovers to make sure they can't escape.
Jesus fuck. Oh, Beatrix! Beatrix, oh my god, Beatrix. Jesus.
And I may have answers. What starts in misery tends to stay there. Freeside wasn't Freeside until 6 or 7 years ago. That's when Mr. House's robots rolled out of the Lucky 38 and started pushing everyone who wouldn't join him off the strip. Lots of folks died. Some scattered to the winds. The rest wound up in Freeside and seemed never to lose the habit of living like refugees. What about them? Pretty much the sort of gang you'd find anywhere else, just with better clothes. The king himself, though, he's got that something special you can't put a finger on. Too bad he likes girls with skin.
No. You see. He's actually gay. He doesn't like girls at all. He just pretends to. He just puts on that kind of front, you know?
I reckon they care about getting water and electricity from the dam, and that's where it ends. The locals here are just an inconvenience to them, something to step over or stomp down. They're here for the resources, plain and simple.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. The NCR is just here because of Hoover Dam, otherwise they couldn't care less about the people living here. What's your opinion of Mr. House?
Before or after the human race shot itself in the foot? I've been around long enough to have both opinions, see. Before the war, Mr. House was a famous captain of industry. Robotics, to be specific. Seemed charming in interviews, until he became a recluse. Since the war, though, didn't make a peep for near 200 years. But when he came back strong and killed a lot of people.
What do you think of the followers of the apocalypse?
I don't know how they do it. They're like saints, those followers. If they didn't charge for their services, I'd think they was crazy. But nah, they're just naive. Warms your heart.
You see, like I said, followers are based.
Couple of rad scorpions, those two. Gloria is the stable one, but she'd slit your throat if there's a profit in it. Or rather, she'd tell her brother to do it for her. John Baptiste is one of the sicker humans I've had the displeasure of observing. What did you want to know?
Alright, let's see.
Bye. Hey.
Hey. Alright, isn't there like a quest for me to like fix these people? Or something? You know what, we're gonna help out the followers of the apocalypse. They're really cool people. I like them. I don't care if Mr. House doesn't want me to do good stuff for them, I'm gonna do good stuff for them. Alright, the followers are great. Beatrix is also great. As is Julie.
Are you here to drop off medical supplies? Leave them with the rest in the middle of the courtyard. Rates of injury and illness in Freeside are very high. Supplies don't last long. Med-X, Radaway, and Fixer are Freeside essentials. I can't pay you for any supplies you bring in, but I could discount the charge for our services.
Yeah, you need a steady supply.
So far, the Crimson Caravan won't cut us a deal. If you can convince them or some other merchant to work with us, I'll discount supplies to you.
Oh, hell yeah. We're gonna do everything we can to help the followers of the apocalypse. Like, I want them to do everything that they can. Because they're good people. Which merchants might be willing to make a deal?
You might ask around at Nick and Ralph's, or go see the Garretts, though I suspect they're too busy poisoning Freeside to help it out. Just come see me when you've got some supplies to turn in. What do you want to talk about? More than rough, it's a damn mess. Freeside townies are constantly picking fights with NCR civilians. Thugs and thieves are always looking for a victim, and the local families are just sitting back making caps on the mess. Freeside is in dire need, but no one has been man enough to step up. The followers can only do so much to stem the tide. There is always something needing done. A few souls here in Freeside could be great assets to the community if they'd kick their addictions. We need a regular supply of medicine organized, but the Crimson Caravan wants too many caps for what we need. Lastly, tensions between the townies and NCR tourists have been going downhill fast lately. A lot of innocent people will get hurt if things blow up.
I see.
Yes, old Bill Ronte and Jacob Hoff. They're not going to kick their habits on their own. Old Bill Ronte is an exceptionally skilled machinist. He could fix the problems we've been having with Freeside's water pump, if he sobered up. The Garretts hooked Jacob on chems when he was working for them. Ironic, since he used to homebrew detox chems. He's a natural chemist. In Freeside, the drunks and drug addicts flock in and around the Atomic Wrangler. I'd start there. Sobering them up and putting them back to work would go a long way toward helping Freeside. What do you want to talk about?
If I wanted to calm things down in Freeside, where would I start?
The big man around here is the king. Not much happens in Freeside that he doesn't know about. He has the most influence locally, and some of his crew haven't helped the situation by harassing NCR citizens and charging double for water. Some NCR soldiers have been bringing in supplies, but none of it is going to Freeside locals. I've tried to speak to both sides to no avail.
Yeah, I remember the Kings and the NCR kind of butt heads a lot. Let's see.
The old Mormon Fort serves as the regional hub for the followers of the apocalypse. I am the administrator for this region. The followers of the apocalypse aren't just interested in research. We care for our fellow man and do everything we can to help humanity. Here in Freeside, we provide food and medical services for those in need. We also have organized reconstruction efforts. With the help of Bill Ronte, we were able to install a water pump just west of here, but the Kings quickly took control of the pump. We arose from the boneyards of Edidum years ago. Since then, we have made it our mission to rebuild the wasteland and re-educate its inhabitants. We hope to forge a brave new world free of war and poverty by sharing knowledge and resources. Our primary goal is the free exchange of ideas.
And that is why the followers are based.
What did you want to know? Bill Ronte installed that pump a few years ago, back when he was sober. It was a major improvement for the community. But lately, the Kings have started charging locals to use it, and NCR squatters twice as much. That'll come to no good. They've been Freeside's gang for the past 5 years or so, ever since Mr. House and his 3 families pushed everyone else out of Vegas. They've done a lot of good for the community, but that seems to be changing. The flood of NCR squatters has been an affront to them. I guess that explains the situation with the water pump. Usually, the King wouldn't let his crew bully folks around like that.
What do you know about Mick and Ralph?
I know they sell a lot of guns, as if that's what Freeside needs. I hear Mick handles the guns. No idea what Ralph does.
Psst, psst. Ralph. Ralph? Makes passports. Tell me about the Van Graffs.
Oh, them. They sell energy weapons, which are very popular with better-heeled prospectors looking to explore the wastes. Stay clear of them. Brother and sister are both psychopaths, though at least Gloria is rational. Jean-Baptiste likes killing.
No, I just remembered there's a quest you can do for the Van Graffs where you, like, are a guard, right? You stand outside and basically have to kill anyone that tries to get inside.
A den of iniquity. The Garretts do more than their share to keep the locals drunk or high enough to stay lazy. Their thugs, on the other hand, they keep wired on chems to stay dangerous. What is it with Freeside and brother-sister psychopath teams?
Fair,
what did you want to know?
Dot, dot, dot. Thank you for those ellipses, ma'am. Let's find... You're just a random person. You're just a random person.
Can't help but be impressed.
Arcade was around here, wasn't he? Yeah, here's Arcade.
Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher. Not even a particularly good one.
What kind of research?
Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries, stim packs out of barrel cacti, and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims.
What's the goal?
For the past 100 years or so, the followers have managed to get by using salvaged medical supplies from the old world. But the side effect of medical success is that more people live longer. Funny how that works. Eventually, we'll run out of hospitals to loot. We need new ways to produce those supplies, or maybe old ways if this research goes anywhere.
You don't seem too enthusiastic.
I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole.
What? Nihil what?
Oh, sorry. There's nothing new under the sun. If agave and mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand years ago.
Where do you learn that?
Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotapes, bits and pieces here and there. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from the same old well. Even Caesar.
You know much about Caesar?
I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. Caesar was one of the followers. Before my time, of course. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that Caesar used to be one of the followers. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Ooh. We got some spicy lore here.
Certainly.
Why do you do research instead of providing medical assistance?
Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit it is a bit boring. Though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research will yield much fruit. No punch.
Why don't you come with me?
No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you?
Fair. things are bad around here. I'd like to make a difference, and I'd like you to help me. Also, I'm going after a man named Benny for revenge, and I need someone to keep me patched up. That's also, yeah.
That seems appropriately resolute and yet vague. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and go with you, but let me be clear about something. If you plan to help Caesar's Legion, this is going to be a brief relationship. I may not have all the answers for how to fix Freeside's problems, but Caesar taking control isn't part of the solution. Fair?
Fair enough.
As the old saying goes, two's company, but three's a small army. Okay, I'm paraphrasing a bit, but you get the idea.
Yeah, so we now have him as an option for a follower.
Hey, you got a second?
Whoa. What is it, Veronica?
The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart, or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong, or how to fix it. I think I need to go home.
Let's see. I'll take it back first chance I get.
Great, thanks, thank you. I'll encourage people to name their non-ugly children after you. Seriously.
You know what I just realized? So Veronica was associated with the Brotherhood, right? Mathis, thank you for the raid. Hello. And Ophelia, thank you as well. Thank you for the raid. So, I just realized. Veronica, hello Itty Blip, is for the Brotherhood, right? I believe, I don't remember how the Mr. House questline goes, but I believe he wants us to get rid of the Brotherhood. I'm pretty sure that's how that goes down. So if we're going for the Brotherhood questline, if we're going for the Mr. House questline, I mean, we may not be able to work with Veronica. Sadly, we may have to say goodbye to the Power Fist lesbian. Which is a shame, because Veronica's awesome. But what can you do? I'm not gonna give up just now. And frankly, there's a bunch of stuff we could do with Veronica. I think the only thing that we really have to do, though, is like the Brotherhood questline. Like, I think that's the only special thing Veronica has going for her. Arcade has his own little special whatever it is. Then we have, what's his, Boone. Boone has his whole questline. Boone's questline, by the way, is just really fun. It's a fun one. But yeah, well, I don't know, we'll have to think. We don't have to make a decision right now, but we do have to start thinking about it, like, what are we gonna do about Veronica? Because I don't think if things go the way Mr. House wants them to, that Veronica's gonna want to stick with us. Because she's like... So she knows that the Brotherhood has a lot of wrongs and a lot of faults, but they're still her family. And if we blow them up, she will not work with us. So, that's the question. So I think we might have to go for Mr. House, just to start getting a sense of who he wants on side, what he wants us to do with various people. So, yeah. But anyway, Arcade is also a cool dude. He's a very cool pal. Let's see. I think that's everyone here that we could talk to. right? Like, I don't... There might be like 1 or 2 other people indoors. No, let's head indoors. Just finish talking with the followers at the old Mormon Fort. Got a bone saw. Flowers. And anyone? No. We got a lamp. And a paperweight. It's a gay paperweight too. I'll bet you it is. Camera. Snow globe! I forgot snow globes were a thing. I'm glad we came here. Got a snow globe. And somewhere around here... Here we go. It's gonna be another indoors place that we can go to. Anything over here? We've got some generators. Very well. Yeah, this isn't a real place either, so let's just leave. 'Tis a silly place. Oh, hello, Aeolus. Got your hopes up and thought there was a chance to hear you in this game? What are you referring to? Did I say something? I was just kind of blabbing. Out into Freeside we go. There's like 5 songs that just are on loop with this mod. It's fine. Oh, you were in a Fallout 4 radio mod. Ooh, very nice. Aw, damn. Well, if I get around to playing Fallout 4 on stream, you gotta tell me what mod to use, and also if it's stream safe. Because if I could have Aeolus on stream, oh, hell yeah. Yes, Aeolus voice actor. That is in fact what Aeolus VT stands for. You'd think VT stands for Vtuber because that's what everyone else uses, but the V stands for voice, and the T stands for actor. The T is silent. The T is silent. Yeah, good old voice actor. Thank you for the follow, Caesar's Legion 17. You're probably not going to enjoy the fact that we are going to be siding with Mr. House in this run. So, if you're rooting for Caesar's Legion, you're going to be disappointed. Alright, got some packs of cigarettes. Alright, so here's the thing. We got a little quest here. We got dude from the Kings, and Oris. Ooh, hang on. I think...
Hello there.
General Kenobi! Yeah, I think before we investigate Oris, we gotta work with the Kings. Just because that's like one of the things that the King wants us to do, right? Is he wants us to investigate Oris because he's like, oh, there's something not right about him. Something's not right. People work with him, and then they're all like, "Oh, well, he's doing it." It's like people go to. Oh, hello.
Stop by Mick and Ross for all your shopping.
Right, we were gonna do a bunch of stuff for Freeside, weren't we? Mick from Mick and Ralph says that the owner has stopped buying guns suddenly without giving a reason why. Maybe I should ask around and see why. Yeah. Go for quests. What? I could have sworn there's a quest to talk about setting up a supply chain for followers, isn't there? Didn't we get a quest for that? Maybe we didn't. I could have sworn we did though.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph.
But I guess we're just gonna talk to these people first. It'll be fine. Just gonna chat and be like, hey, let me get you to be off your drugs. Go seek help and go be a functional member of society once again. Here he is. Oh, I forgot. Yep, Veronica killed that guy.
You have chems, buddy? I could really use a fix.
So what's gonna happen here is you are gonna get clean and you are going to start being a productive member of society and help Julie Farkas again. Yep.
Julie's a saint, but I don't need help. I feel young and strong, as long as I get my chems.
You look pretty bad.
Why stop? I feel great. No worries, my guy will be here soon enough. Just wait.
You supply.
If I had 2 caps to scrape together, I'd buy the materials to make my own. My damn hands won't stop shaking. This guy named Dixon. Something about him seems sketchy, but I can't stop now. Last time I stopped, I felt like I was gonna turn inside out. At this point, I'm mostly buying his stuff just so I don't feel sick. Speaking of which, do you have any spare caps? Bye.
Love how that line "bye" is just like very different from the rest of his, like the rest of his dialogue is just like very shaky, like, oh, I'm suffering from withdrawal. I need my drugs, and then you say I gotta get going. And it's just like bye. Like, yeah, love that. All right, time to talk to you, Liam. No, you, Liam. You, Dixon. Liam? Why did I think... Oh, it's Aeolus. I was like, something in game said something about Liam. So you're the Liam guy, right? No, it's Dixon. Who the fuck said Liam? Oh, it was... chat. Okay. Hello, Dixon.
Looking for a fix, man? I got what you need.
You know anything about Bill or Jacob?
Yeah, man. Those cats are out of their domes, addicted to my shit. They can't get enough. Pretty hilarious to watch.
I need you to stop supplying.
Really? Ah, you're such a saint. You know what? I might be willing to stop if there's something in it for me.
So, the NCR is supplying you with cheap chems to keep Freeside down?
Wait, man. You can't go around saying shit like that. Okay, I get your point. You won't have to worry about me supplying those 2 anymore.
Alright.
See ya.
I'm telling you, speech is broken. You just... You don't have to do quests if you have speech. It's so dumb.
So you're back. Got any chems for me yet?
No, I got to skip the quest because I have speech.
What? I need a fix now! Fine. If you really care so much, then give me some shots of Fixer to calm down these shakes. I'm gonna need at least 10 shots to get me through the week. From there, the followers should be able to help.
Alright. So you could just give him, like, the whole speech of, like, be strong. You just need the support of your friends to get through this. But no, I'm gonna be, like, more reasonable, be like, okay, you know, like, he definitely needs some degree of, like, he's got a chemical imbalance in his brain. He needs something to, like, change those chemicals, right? Like, he can't just push through it Like, he can, but it'd be incredibly difficult. So we're gonna help him the more reasonable way, not just be like, you can do it. We're gonna be like, we'll help you. I don't need you to get 10 shots of Fixer. You'll get through it in just like Fixer, Psycho, and Buff Out. All those combined together, they'll do the trick.
Never thought about using that combination before. Should be able to get through this with that.
There we go. Oh, thank you for the Hydrate Caesar's Legion. Oh, I guess we could also use the speech check if we wanted to, but nah, I'll just give him the detox chems.
I thought I was gonna die if you didn't come back soon. I'm gonna head to the Followers' Fort to get some rest and detox. You've saved my life, friend.
Hell yeah, did we get karma for that? I believe we get karma for that. We got fame. You can't tell me I don't get karma for helping just a little. You can't tell me I don't get karma for helping a junkie get back on his feet. What the fuck? I got cheated. Now, I know karma doesn't mean anything in this game. It's even less useful than Reddit karma, but still, it would have been nice to have. It's just stuff that tells you that you did a good thing. I did a good thing, right? I did a good thing.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Nick and Ralph's.
Right. Okay. I want to talk to Mick and Ralph's to maybe see if they can set up a supply chain with the Followers of the Apocalypse. And then we'll go, no, put away the gun. And then we'll go and talk to people. The other guy, what's his face? The guy that we also skipped by just having speech.
Hey. Evening.
Alright, you guys, would you be willing to set up a supply chain?
Jacob's absinthe is phenomenal stuff. I don't think I've slept this well in ages. If you haven't tried it yet, he's been supplying the Wrangler with the stuff. So, what can I get you?
What's that about the what? Followers want a supply deal.
We don't have the stills and equipment to supply the amount of meds they're looking to purchase. You could check with other wasteland merchants, but I think your best bet would be the Atomic Wrangler. They've got a bunch of stills and a seemingly endless supply of grain alcohol, which could be used as anesthetic or disinfectant.
It is
Thanks
true.
for stopping in.
We've got a lot of the same voice actor.
Hello.
That's just a commonality in a lot of Bethesda games, and even though this game wasn't made by Bethesda, it's like Bethesda adjacent. Because the New Vegas team was relatively small, and they didn't have a lot of time to work with, so they probably couldn't hire that many voice actors either.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Nick and Ralph's.
So you'll just hear a lot of people that sound the same. So, who's this other person? Also, we gotta hit up the Atomic Wrangler, because everyone has been hinting at us to go to the Atomic Wrangler. So, we gotta go there.
Come to the Silver Rush for all your energy weapon needs.
Where the booze is cheaper, the table's more friendly, and the women are just like the booze.
You want someone dead.
The women are bad for your health? Hello, Sarah.
Come on, man, I'm dying here.
Alright. Bill, you won't be seeing Dixon anymore.
What the hell? Why? I need alcohol, man. I'm gonna die if I don't get a drink.
Sucks to be you.
The only way you can help me now is a load of detox chems.
What do you need?
At least a couple of doses of Fixer, a bottle of whiskey, and Radaway. I can take doses of Fixer and Radaway to gradually flush my system over time while drinking decreasing shots of diluted whiskey. This shit better be worth it, man.
You know, he's got... I gotta say, like, they know what they need in order to get over drug addictions, you know? They know, like... He knows the science behind it. He knows, like, I need the Radaway, I need, you know, I'll just wean myself off of it by taking decreasingly less and less shots of whiskey. And what was the other thing? Fixer, right. And Fixer is just, like, the all-around drug addiction thing. So, like, yeah, it's cool that they know that much about it. However... And we're going to do the same logic that we used before. We're not going to speech check our way out of this. We're going to use the science. Regulating decreasing doses of booze with a couple shots of Fixer should do it.
Man, you're one hell of an egghead. If you think it'll work, I'll give it a shot.
Alright, so now we have to go get it for him. So what is it he needs? 2 doses of Fixer and a bottle of whiskey. Okay, so this is going to cost us money, but... Okay, so at the Atomic Wrangler, that's where they gotta have booze to sell. So we'll try to buy some booze there, and then we'll head to... other place. Hello? Chat. They're robots. They're robots. Oh my god, they're robots. The Institute got here before we did. They're both synths. Alright.
Damn monorail bombing. I suppose this means we'll be seeing more NCR chumps wandering through Freeside.
I had nothing to do with that bombing. I was innocent. The quest was broken. Y'all can rewind the tapes and see that I tried to stop the bombing. The quest was broken. What goods and services? Or what do you have on tap? Yeah, what do you have on
Caps
tap?
up front. We don't do tabs here.
Okay, you got whiskey. How many bottles did he need? Was it 2? I'm just gonna buy 1. Cool.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Can you give us supplies?
Interesting. Well, you're gonna need to speak with my brother, James. He handles all of the trading contracts and general operations.
I see. What goods and services?
We've got liquor, chems, and whores aplenty. Pick your fix and we'll oblige. Our only rule is no sampling the merchandise. Caps paid in advance. If you'd like to do a bit of gambling, we have an exchange at the back of the casino on the left.
See? You could start a quest line for them. I don't want to do that yet. Let's just...
See ya.
Yeah, see you. And out we go. So what is it we need? A bottle of whiskey, 2 doses of Fixer. How many doses do we have? Do we have any? It's gonna be aid. Under F. Fixer. Fixing thing. Okay, we've got no Fixer. Gotta get him some Fixer then. Now, the followers are probably gonna have the Fixer. So we'll just hit them up.
Head on down to the Atomic Wrangler.
And then, we gonna be friends. Let's be lovely little friends.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
It sure can, buddy. Let's take a sip from our trusty canteen. Chat, you are obligated to follow these hydrations.
Hey.
Julie.
Do you need assistance?
Can I get some medical supplies?
What seems to be the problem?
Oh no, I don't need services. I need supplies.
Anything else? We're pretty short-handed as it is, but I suppose I could spare a few items.
Okay. You don't have Fixer? God damn it. Where am I getting a Fixer?
We don't have a lot right now.
Does anyone know where I could get Fixer? I don't want to do the speech check route. The speech check route is lazy. Where could I get Fixer? Maybe Mick and Ralph has it. Might have some at Mick and Ralph's. We could also check Dixon. Like, I know it's not his area. He doesn't want to get you off your chem addictions, because that's how he makes money. But he could still be worth checking. Alright, before we head into Mick and Ralph's, Dixon.
Looking for a fix, man?
I want the opposite of a fix. He does have Fixer. Ooh. I see. It's because it's a temporary.
Till next time.
That makes sense. And you know what? I'm gonna be fair to him. Like, I did just lose him 2 customers, so like, giving him the money for the Fixer is probably a good idea.
If it can be bought, it can be...
Alright, time to help. I can't remember the name of the person we're trying to help.
What's your problem, lady?
What is my problem, lady?
Wanna get lucky? Head on down to the Atomic Wrangler.
And then there's Smitty's, which is all boarded up. I love the sunset. Just the colors of like when the sun is setting. Oh, that's good.
Come on, man, I'm dying here.
I got what you asked.
I felt like I was dying these past weeks off and on, but the worst is yet to come. In a few days, though, I should be free. I'll head over to the followers and see if they'll help me through this.
You've got this, buddy. I believe in you. Alright, I've just helped 2 very important people for Freeside get back on their feet.
Hello.
Why are you walking that direction? So, I'm wondering if we could get our... I don't know where I was going with that statement. I'm wondering if we can turn in the quests and get something for it. Probably XP. I would love XP. XP is my favorite. It starts with an X and ends with a P. Julie, I did what you asked.
Can I help you?
Howdy, Lazy June. I helped with the addiction problem you mentioned.
I saw them. Thank you so much for helping them. This means a lot to the followers of the apocalypse. You have our thanks. If you need some medical supplies, come see me. With Jacob working with us, we should be able to spare a stim or fixer once a day.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's a decent reward. Just come by once a day, ask for a stim pack.
Would you like a stim pack, fixer, or rataway?
Stim pack, please.
You'll need to wait another 24 hours for us to get more made. We need everything else we currently have.
And yeah, we also... Oh yes, Freeside likes us. We've done some helping. Right, okay. Let's take a sip from our canteen. Now, we've still got a supply chain thing to work out, and the supply chain thing would require us to talk to what's-his-face at the Atomic Wrangler. So we're gonna do that next. And then... I think we want to get Rex on the team. Is Rex... I can't remember in this game if you're allowed to have a dog follower and a human follower. I can't remember. I think they just replace each other, right? Alright, into this place we go. No, they definitely... Wait. Because I know Arcade and Rex interact with each other, right? Like, that's a thing. Alright, time to talk to you.
Hey, chum. Welcome back.
Followers need to find someone to trade with for supplies.
Really now? This is news. We could possibly supply what they need, but they would need to supply us in kind. They have the tech know-how to make our stills work more efficiently. Pure alcohol means we can get our customers drunk quicker. Getting our customers drunk quicker means more caps spent at the tables and stuffing slots, if you know what I mean. Plus, the extra alcohol can serve as surgical disinfectant for their needs. The followers are a good lot. They've stitched up our boys in the past.
I might be able to help work something out.
Good. We can supply them with all the med-X they need. For the fixer, we'll only be able to send over some basic drug components. We're not in the business of getting people off drugs, so we don't really dabble in that side of things. Followers should be able to whip some up with what we have available, though. They just need to agree to fix up our stills and keep them maintained, plus cover the cost for raw materials needed to make the alcohol.
Alright, seems fair. And how's business?
We ain't scraping to get by, that's what you're asking. Talk to you later.
Alright, time to talk to Julie. So yeah, we got an interesting situation where, like, you know, the followers are good people and pretty much no one wants them gone. Like, the followers are just all great. The Atomic Wrangler respects them and wants to help them out. The problem is, the followers kind of want to fix people's addiction problems, and the Atomic Wrangler kind of doesn't, because it's a business prospect. If you get people addicted, they continue spending money on the thing that they're addicted to, and, you know, it's a constant flow of caps if you get people hooked. So, they're gonna have supplies that they're gonna have supplies that these people can use to create Fixer, but they're not gonna do it all themselves. Alright, where's Julie? Julie. Where's Julie? Here she is.
Welcome.
I think I found someone who'll be able to cover your supplies.
That's phenomenal. Who did you find?
The Garrett twins.
They supply Freeside with drugs and liquor. From my point of view, they're just better organized pushers. Upgrading their stills would increase their supply of liquor and chems. How does that help Freeside?
Yeah. I thought they'd butt heads here. So, here's how it helps Freeside. You help Freeside. Yeah, you get your chems and can help anyone who gets addicted. With surplus of supplies, you could use your caps and influence to expand. Or they just need tech support and raw materials. yeah, you get your chems and can help anyone who gets addicted. That's kind of the plan.
True, we could help addicts, but the cycle of addiction, recovery, and relapse would remain.
Yeah. They just need the tech support and raw materials.
Good point. We wouldn't be paying anything for their supplies, just a portion of our food waste to make ethanol. We get food from nearby wasteland farmers in exchange for medical services, so we could put our caps back into helping Freeside. Tell the Garretts we'll keep their stills running if they provide us with supplies. Thank you for arranging this. You've been a godsend.
Hell to the yeah. We've done a lot of good stuff with the, we've done a lot of good stuff for the followers in such a short time. Like, we helped 2 important people to Freeside get off of chems and get back on their feet. We've established a supply chain so that now the followers can have access to, like, medical supplies that they need to help people. And I feel like there was a third thing that we did, but I can't remember what it was. I don't think we did a third thing. I think it was just those 2 things. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and take a sip from our trusty Vault 13 canteen. And then we go to the Atomic Wrangler, tell the people about the stuff that we did, and yada yada, and booyah. Okay, so yeah, there's a bunch of stuff Silver Rush that we could do. Oh, that's actually... I remember that questline. That's a good way to get caps, isn't it? Alright, hello? James. January. I spoke with Julie Farkas. She says the followers will accept your offer.
Hey, that's great. We'll get some supplies sent over today as a show of good faith. Once our stills are upgraded, we'll never be short on liquor for our patrons. If Jacob Hoff is sober, we might even have a few new drinks on tap. Most might view us as drug-dealing enablers around here. But honestly, we care about our patrons. It's bad business for people to get addicted. We've got enough crime in Freeside without a bunch of strung-out junkies robbing traders and gamblers to afford their next fix.
Interesting. I still don't believe it. Like, how is it not good for your business to get people addicted to stuff, but... And you care about your business before you care about a lot of other stuff, but I guess you're like more of... So the thing is, you're an independent casino. Because the other 3 casinos on the Strip are all associated with House. And they've got corruption that runs deep. Like, so deep into the roots. Whereas this guy with the Atomic Wrangler is kind of just like an independently run casino. That's a good point, Felly. Yeah, you know, but yeah, the thing is, they're an independently run casino. It's important for them that they care about. It's basically the difference of, like, if you get we're talking about the difference between, like, Walmart and just like a local convenience store. Or here, let's use the convenience store example entirely. We're talking about the difference between 7-Eleven and just like your local convenience store that's not a chain. Because the big one, all they care about is the money, you know, everything they can do to keep bringing in more customers. They don't really care so much about the well-being about the customers. They just care about, you know, can these customers provide them money so that they can keep building up their capital. Whereas if you're more the local kind, you do care, like, think Kim's Convenience. Which, by the way, if none of you have seen that show, it is a good show. I love Kim's Convenience. It's on Netflix. But yeah, it's like Kim's Convenience, where like, you know, you get to know the people, you kind of you build up that relationship with your customers, and you just kind of do stuff as a show of good faith to them. Sure, you're running your business in order to like get money. That's what a business is. But it's a little bit more personal than that, and that's kind of what the Atomic Wrangler is compared to the big three. You know, they do, like, they're in a business that has a big opening for being scummy, but in general, like, they're better than the alternative, and they're kind of just like, yeah. Anyway, you have any work?
We've got the basics covered, but now you mention it, we have had unusual requests from some of our wealthier customers. If you can recruit escorts to match these customers' proclivities, I'd be willing to pay you finder's fees.
Oh, I remember this quest. This is one where, like, there are various people who... Oh, yes, this is where you get Fisto from, isn't it? Oh, yeah, this is the Fisto quest. Let's go. What sort of proclivities are we talking about?
Our wealthiest client has a thing for ghouls and a thing for cowboys. He wants an escort who can satisfy both fetishes. Plenty of customers have said they'd be willing to pay extra for a suave talker, someone who can fake the boyfriend experience real good. And then there's these disgusting robot fetishists you may have heard about. Well, those creeps want a sex bot. Have you ever run across a sex bot? Not that I'd ever want one within 100 feet of me, but I gotta be a businessman about it.
Yeah, right, alright. Let's see. See if I run across any suitable candidates.
Just direct them to the Wrangler. I'll pay you when they show up.
Okay, so, any idea where I should look for the sex bot?
The best place to start would be with Ralph, at Mick and Ralph's over on the east end of Freeside. Other than that, your guess is as good as mine.
Alright.
Yep.
So, as far as the real ghoul cowboy goes, I know exactly who to talk to.
Hungry? Thirsty?
Yeah, I know exactly the right person for the job. And after that, we've got... I don't know who the smooth talker is. Probably someone from the Kings, right?
Not even allowed to sell, people. Only at
So someone from the Kings, the smooth talker, and then Fisto. That's who we gotta recruit. We're doing stuff. Yeah, old Las Vegas Mormon State Historic Park. This is a real place, isn't it? Pretty sure this is a real place. Yeah, so first we're gonna talk to this person. We're just doing this for the money. In it for the money. Hello, Beatrix.
Howdy.
So, got a question for you. Are you interested in working for the Garretts?
They already have that pig McCaffrey working for them. Do they need another guard?
You'd be more like an escort.
I've escorted my share of idiot tourists around Freeside. Too much trouble for what it pays.
No. I mean you're gonna be a prostitute.
I'm all boot, knives, and leather, friend. And a ghoul besides. What kind of weirdo wants what I've got?
Turns out there are customers looking for someone just like you.
Weirdos into bullwhips and necrosis, huh? Doesn't sound half bad. What am I thinking? I'm no whore. And I ain't about to hand my ass over to some penny ante hustler like he owns me.
But you would be an independent with a discount on the booze.
They do have a damn good selection of hooch over at the Wrangler. If I get to choose my customers, if I get to be a little rough with them, if my cut is fair, and if I get that discount, that just might work. Tell the Garretts I'll stop by to work out terms.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So we got one of our escorts under wraps. I don't know who the number 2 is gonna be. I can't remember. But yeah, I do remember Mick is gonna be like, oh yeah, you want Fisto.
Not even allowed to sell, people. Only at
I can't remember what Fisto's original programming was before he was a sex robot. Don't we have to program him to be a sex robot? I don't know, I can't remember.
Make a brief stop at the Atomic Wrangler, where the booze is cheaper, the table's more friendly, and the women are...
Yeah, there's a reason this game is rated M, by the way. He just wanted to... Just, you know, we've got hookers and drugs and booze and gambling. This game is full of debauchery.
Hey, chum. Welcome back.
You are better than the booze, Felly. You're so much better than the booze. Let's see. I actually found you an escort who's a ghoul and a cowboy.
Imagine that. What's his name and when's he start?
Oh, it had to be a he. Her name is Beatrix and she can start immediately.
A she, huh? Well, I guess the customer who made that request can't get everything he wants. Hell, who knows? He might not even notice the difference.
If there was a gender preference, I'm just saying you probably should have made that statement beforehand, but that's just me. I don't know, like, I feel like you should have given me more information than that. How's business? Okay, if he says booming, he gets so much.
With Jacob Hoff sobered up, there are new drinks on the menu and sales are strong. People love the new absinthe and rum and nuka.
No, you're supposed to say booming. You get it like Mr. Fisk from have you never seen Into the Spider-Verse? I guess that comes after your time, but still. How's business? Booming! Okay, we gotta level up. Let's give it to Let's get speech to 75, and then the rest. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it is before his time. Yeah, true. Let's get science. And the rest in the lock. There we go. And now this is a perk level. Let's go. Let's take a look at the newer perks first. Robotics expert. You do an additional 25% damage to any robot, but even better, sneaking up on a hostile robot undetected and activating it will put the robot in. Ooh, that's nice. Life Giver, just an additional 30 hit points. That's nice, but honestly kind of boring. Fast metabolism. It's a little bit better. Night Person. Yeah, this is like the counterpoint to our thingy. And I think the rest of these we're already familiar with. Let's see, Nerd Rage. That's actually pretty good. The thing is, we don't want our health that low. Misfortune is just kind of like the opposite of... It's like the other version of the Mysterious Stranger, who, by the way, has not been showing up at all. So that might be nice. Here and Now is also interesting. Finesse. I like Finesse a lot. Finesse is good. Let's see. Fight the Power. +2 damage threshold and 5% crit chance against anyone wearing the faction armor of NCR, Legion, or Brotherhood. I like the sound of the Anarchist perk. Terrifying presence. In some conversations, you gain the ability to initiate combat while terrifying a mob of opponents, sending them fleeing away for safety. That's interesting. Bonus perk, Stonewall. Stonewall's actually really good. Sneering Imperialist. Yeah, that's kind of the opposite of Fight the Power. Scrounger is interesting. Quick Draw, Commando, Toughness, Lead Belly, Gunslinger, Fortune Finder, Run and Gun, Cannibal, Swift Learner. Okay. Maybe I take Swift Learner. I don't know. I don't know if I want Swift Learner. I don't want Retention. Intense Training, Black Widow. So Black Widow gives us a unique interaction with Benny. Light Touch. While wearing light armor, bonus % crit hit chance and your enemies suffer. Oh, okay, that's nice. And jump rounds. Okay. What did I say? I like Fight the Power. So, I like Fight the Power for flavor reasons. Just the fact that it's like the whole anarchist, like, you're against the Brotherhood, the Legion, and the NCR. The thing is, how often is this going to come up? Because I don't see us fighting the NCR, like, ever. The Brotherhood is, like, incredibly niche. Like, we're not gonna fight the Brotherhood, like, ever, I don't think. And the NCR, and the Legion. Okay, we're gonna fight the Legion a lot at the Battle of Hoover Dam, I guess. And we'll have multiple instances in which we do fight the Legion. So I guess it's not a bad thing to take. Yeah, we'll take Fight the Power. And there's Beatrix. Looking like a lovely dominatrix. Alright, who's the next person we gotta recruit? We've got multiple quest markers currently. But I'm gonna call the stream here. We made a lot of progress. And it's in fact like 30 minutes above what I typically do for streams. But, you know, I just want to go a little bit longer just to kind of celebrate the whole fact that I've got, you know, today is my 1 year anniversary of doing, like, everything here with Vtubing and stuff. I didn't start streaming until April 1st, but whatever. I've been a VTuber since today, a year ago, so that's fucking poggers, and it's, like, one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. So yeah, just a little celebration there. Let's see. So as for things that are coming up, next weekend, well, my schedule is going to be out tomorrow night, once I get everything sorted out there. But for the most part, yeah, let's see. Next weekend, I've got 2 collabs already planned, one with Chloe and one with Mana, so look forward to both of those. Also, possibly in the very near future, we're gonna have our, I'm gonna have a subathon. It's either gonna be April 1st, or it's gonna be sometime in early May. Whenever it ends up happening, look forward to it. Other than that, if you want to support me right now and not wait for the subathon, we've got our, you know, usual tip link down below, as well as you can subscribe subscribe to me if you want access to like fun little emotes and stuff. Anything else I'm missing here? I think that's it. Oh yeah, whoever we end up raiding, by the way, here is our lovely little raid message, which you can type or copy and paste when we get there, either way. So there it is, Haru Hugs. Who do we want to raid? Who's currently live? Let's go and check out the twitch.tv to see who's currently streaming. Ooh, lots of people are streaming. Okay. Ooh, Rose is streaming Minecraft. Maybe we raid Rose. I think we raid Rose. Yeah, we're gonna raid our lovely Rose friend. So yeah, thank y'all for dropping by. Thank y'all so much. See you whenever the next time I stream is. I don't actually know when that'll be. Like I said, keep an eye on my Twitter when I will upload my schedule tomorrow. So, bye-bye.